Happy SunDave, everyone. Before we get going, I need you to see this. I need you to take this in because I have seen this. And if you don't immediately see what I see, there's something wrong with your eyes. Because I give you Bunny Cat. Bunny Cat. Don't move until you see it. Don't move until... Let me make it easier for you. What the hell is wrong with fake? What is wrong with his cat? What is wrong with his cat? Real talk. Holy God, take us to the morning light and save us from Bunny Cat. Oh my goodness.
Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal institution. Monster on the mic, I feel like hip-hop then adopted me. You pussy niggas shook, you let them turn this to a mockery. I give a fuck about their recognition. I'm trying to spit the fucking truth, somebody get the message. These politics, they overstate the obvious. They shooting like Stoyakovich, it's war on every continent. Deeper than you know, I'm what you hate if you the government. Young black with heart, I put a hex on the establishment. Niggas playing patty cake and I was trying to regulate. A lot of them I emulate, but none of them I demonstrate. Hip-hop will never need a eulogy. They give us 10%, they trying to take away gratuity. Work for what you want, I learned that shit from fucking Aubrey. And she ain't never lied, I told her this was nothing new to me. This must be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up.
SunDave, how you doing? Yes. Many great things have been discovered in this world, but Bunny Cat might be the most significant. This is reality. It's like the Shroud of Turin, but furry and cute. Look at that face. You guys see that, right? We had to do an outline to make sure. Look at this fat cat's bunny face. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it, but I am. All right. We got a lot going on today. I really do. We have tons to talk about, but we're bullshitting a little bit. I've had an interesting weekend. Took some turns I wasn't, thank you, RealTalk, wasn't really expecting to take. I was expecting kind of be at the card show. I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing show-wise tonight just because I had the big Mohegan card show. But the reality is this. Shout out to fake ass Twat's cat, by the way. No, this is a stupid fat cat. The reality is it was raining this morning. Pretty damn bad. And I'm a new driver. I just started driving. Yesterday, I did very, 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 very well. Better than I thought I was going to do. The Mohegan show, it's the East Coast Collectibles convention, if you guys want to look it up. A lot of Pokemon original cast members were there. Professor Oak. I didn't do any of the things I really wanted to do yesterday because I was just kind of focused on slinging cards. And it turned into an interesting day. I had my really big card. What's up, Cucky baby? I had my really big card, my Anthony Edwards. I still have. I didn't sell it, but I still had a $700 day at the show, which is incredible. I mean, that really is a good day for just walking around. I didn't rent a table. I know people who rented tables that I actually outsold. So I feel pretty good about it, and I still have some massive cards. I have my biggest card. I got a big boy card to bring back to the shop, which is great. So I'm very excited about that. On top of everything else that I have to do. And then I think tomorrow I might run up to Granby early to my buddy's card shop and run some Pokemon cards. Because that's where the main thing I was going to do today was rinse Pokemon cards. That's what I wanted to do because I didn't even get a chance to bust out my Pokemon card box yesterday. It was all sports. It was crazy. I had a crazy day. $700 in sales. That was awesome. I had Pawn Nation represent. So I was very excited about that, but it really did. I love driving, and I'm going to really love it for a long time. But, man, you really do appreciate how long shit takes. Driving's great, but, man, I get it. I get why people are like, I don't really feel like driving. I never understood it as just a passenger. I was like, what do you mean you don't feel like driving? Let's just drive. What's the big deal? Well, now that I drive and understand the level of focus you have to not die, now I kind of get it. When you drive an hour, it's almost like third layer of hell. You're like, oh my God, Jesus, everyone's crazy. Please don't die. Holy shit. That type of stuff. But I love it. But the point is, in the rain, I wasn't feeling comfortable, so that's why I didn't go today. But still, really, really fun time yesterday. I'm going to go drop off some cash tomorrow, then I'm going to go rinse some Pokemon cards. Because that was the cool thing. The guy that I was going to rinse Pokemon cards to, he works at my buddy's card shop. So I'm just going to take the stuff right there and have them look through it and see what they want to do. Probably get a few $100 out of this case at the very minimum, man. But I'm thinking about using it to trade into some cards. Because I have so much Pokemon, I can use the Pokemon to trade in to some other stuff. So I might do that. We'll see. But anyway, I digress. We do have an awful lot to get to because it's just a crazy day. Lots of fun stuff. There's the pay-per-view hitting at 8 o'clock as well that I might live react to. So if you guys want to stick around, just depends how I'm feeling. Might just do a show and pop out. We just got to see what we're going to do there. But there is a battleground, NXT Battleground, the first ever WWE show in the UFC Apex Arena in Las Vegas, which is kind of cool. So might check that out, may not. But let's get into some stuff. Take some drift racing lessons. Once you know how to drift, you'll feel much better in the rain and snow. I actually might do that. I've kind of become obsessed with driving, so I might take some, advanced driving courses and really learn what cars can do and how to operate them properly. Because I do want to be safe, and I really enjoy driving, but still, it's a long time to be in a car. Feel free to support the channel today. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Hat changes, bong rips. I got Pokemon cards as well. Shabang. And if you want to see some of this, I've been trying to do more shows from the shop. I'm trying to get on Whatnot, but I just have no desire. So I'm doing some streams here on YouTube every so often. Check them out if you're in the collectibles world. If you like comic books, video games, cards, collectibles, check me out. I'm live almost every day of some kind doing something. All right. Anyways, let's get in the world of pop culture, because I did not realize that today is the 40th anniversary of not only Ghostbusters, which is in my top 5 to 10 favorite movies of all time. It's always in that conversation, probably in that top 5, top 3. It's up there. It's just such a good movie. It's timeless. It's probably my first favorite movie because it came out in '84. I was 1 year old. I was watching that thing nonstop. Same thing with Lemons. I love Gremlins. Gremlins was one of my first bits of trivia, believe it or not. I used to always love to ask, all right, you're a big Gremlins fan. Well, who voiced the Mogwai Gizmo? And a lot of people actually still, to this day, just kind of forget who it was. Howie Mandel, which is one of my favorite things. So it's just, I'm not a big Howie Mandel fan, but I love that little piece of trivia. Christina Vina, how you doing? We stand Ghostbusters in this house. To this day, Cucky, I stand. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but we know where the origins of Stan came from. If you want, I'll tell you that story real quick too. But I stand me some Ghostbusters because Peter Venkman, Bill Murray as Peter Venkman, is one of the funniest roles. If you just cropped out everything that he said and made a supercut of just Peter Venkman's lines, every fucking one of them is hilarious. It's ridiculous. Christina and I used to watch Bobby's World, same sound. Very much same sounds, and not Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted was played by John Candy, another one of my favorite little pieces of trivia. And by the way, the word Stan actually came from Eminem. It's turned out to be very true. Stan came from Stan. Craziness. And then Nas ended up using it as like a term to describe. I can't remember the rest of it, but I played it on the stream the other day. It's pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, Ghostbusters and Gremlins, very much in my Pantheon of movies, and a happy 40th anniversary. I'm 41. I can't believe I'm barely older than Ghostbusters and Gremlin, but that means my entire life I've had them. I like that. That makes me feel good, deep in my soul. Speaking of treasures to people's hearts, but not somebody that you want standing next to you holding a knife necessarily, Michael J. Fox turns 63 years old today. Come on. It doesn't get much more iconic than Marty McFly. I mean, good God, it's Michael J. Fox, folks. Happy 63rd. Victor Burns, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Oh, welcome. I've never lived in the world without the movie Major League. Thank God for that. That's another good one to have in your Pantheon. Fantastic. Josie, do you know anyone in the Olympics women's basketball roster? Actually, I kind of do. Tarasi, she's been like on every fucking one of them. But I'm not the normal guy. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the roster too. It's irrelevant. And we're going to talk about all of it in a second because let me tell you, I got a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit to say about this whole situation. And I do want to get to it. I don't know why I was on the... What the hell was the original of this? I was just a random ass. I was just fucking around. That's what I was doing. Dick Van Dyke. I can't even begin to tell you how insane this is. Dick Van Dyke's alive at 98 years old, and he won an Emmy. Here's proof.
Dick Van Dyke!
Look at him! Look at me! Look at him move! Look, he's the oldest person to ever win an Emmy, and he's climbing stairs at 98 years old. Unbelievable. That that cameraman was singing chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Please, Dick Van Dyke, don't fall no matter what you do. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. And if you do fall, please do not fall on me. Oh my God, terrifying. Can you imagine if Dick Van Dyke died because he fell on you? He's old as fuck. The 20s, he's lived through it all. Dick Van Dyke has done everything, okay? Including the Dick Van Dyke Show. And he did that early. Dick Van Dyke's awesome. I love Dick Van Dyke. And how great is it to say Dick Van Dyke? Random clip before we get into some funny stuff. I watched this, and lately I have been giving you guys bangers of just insanity, of just pure chaos. Because I love these videos that just has pure chaos and insanity injected into your life. Well, here's another one. Apparently, this is when all your roommates have an alcohol problem. Don't let go, boom.
Купил от него туш. 50 рублей. Сильно дьявол. Так, линейка. Че не такое еще?
But this one you have to watch all the way to the end. I mean, are they Russians? Is this a Russian household? What is it? Look, why not put up a railing? Somebody put up a railing. You know, I keep telling them I don't want a raise, I don't want benefits. Just give me a railing right here. No, he doesn't got him. You don't got him. He thought he had him. Oh my God. Oh, he's dead. By God, I think he broke him in half. Holy shit. Poor engineering at work here. A lot of poor engineering. Absolutely. What's up, Garmin? Gorman. How you doing? Holy God. Oh, this one I'm going to save for a few minutes. Oh, anybody ever ask, and this is a quick clip, anyone ever asking, why do fighters make a big deal out of a liver punch? You know, what's the big deal about a liver punch? You know, who cares? Who cares? Let me show you. And I'm going to...
Aiming for that. Oh, my God. Piston like left.
Oh, look at him.
Standing back. Oh, with a body shot.
When your liver gets hit like that, your whole body just shuts the fuck down. Shuts down. And you die. And you die. That's just what happens. All right, so there's a lot at play here. We're going to talk about the NBA mega deal. I do want to get into all that. I'm going to get into some of these other stories. I thought I had my Caitlin Clark stories a little bit closer here. Oh, real quick, we'll talk about that after, too. I want to get right into the Caitlin Clark stuff. I've gilded the lily long enough. We're 15 minutes in. I got a billion stories, but we will get into all the rest of it afterwards. Caitlin Clark. I feel like I've been talking about her for weeks now. If it's not the teammates not supporting her, if it's not the WNBA marketing around her a little, listen here, I'm sure by now you've heard all the facts, but let me give them to you really quick. Caitlin Clark is the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history, and that record was set not all that long ago, and Caitlin had broke it. She had one of the greatest careers in the history of professional or college-level sports. It's plain and simple. Her career was the only thing that she didn't win was a title, but scoring-wise and the other things that she brought to the table, it was absolutely amazing. So much so that she captured the imaginations of an audience that simply never materializes for women's basketball. And I don't really know why. The WNBA, for the last however long of their tenure, and it's got to be 30 years, Jesus, they've been around since the 90s at the least, they've never turned a profit. Nobody watches, and they're the butt of most jokes. And it's because of a lot of mediocre play, if we're being honest. A lot of mediocre play. But Caitlin comes around and does the thing that superstars do. They show everybody a different level of which they've seen. Now, we've had some amazing players in WNBA history. I'm not going to sit here and say that everyone in the WNBA is garbage or anything like that, because it's not true. There are some amazing athletes and there's some amazing players. Lisa Leslie, you got fucking Candace Parker, Diana Taurasi. There's a lot of amazing players that have played the game and just, I fucking love Rebecca Lobo. There are so many women that have played the game and just done some amazing things throughout the course of women's basketball. Just nobody cares because they market like shit. They don't fight for anything of merit with the NBA, although they're a subsidiary and the NBA does more for the WNBA than any other organization, anything out there. And as they should. But if they were smarter, we would have WNBA teams travel alongside, not maybe with the NBA players, obviously, but alongside to towns and play before them in the same arenas. Give them TV and marketing deals that make sense, all these things. And I do believe they would if there was a market, but it never materialized. And this has just been an incredible gift that's been given to the WNBA in Caitlin Clark, because for some reason she has really captivated the minds of people, including me. I watch her play and there's something a little bit different about her. The way it's like she's a female Allen Iverson. She plays different. She plays like Luka Doncic, and she's just at a different gear, a different grind. This woman can drop 30, 40 points on you in a game that usually only has 60 to 90 friggin' points, it feels like a lot of the times. And she could drop crazy amounts of points while still putting up double-digit rebounds or high single-digit rebounds while having amazing assists. She needs to work on her turnovers at the elite level game. There's no question. But in her first month, I want you to know what we're talking about here. In her first month as a WNBA player, which, by the way, comes off the heels, like I feel like 30 to 45 days after the grueling NCAA season ended. There's no break. You go right into it, and she has dropped 30 points a couple of times. She's the biggest draw. She won the fucking WNBA Rookie of the Month in her first month. You know, I mean, like everything this woman is doing is showing she's worthy of the praise, worthy of the hype. But yet she's had to deal with other women taking shots at her in games and off the court as well, questioning her ability, questioning a lot of things, and most importantly, showing jealousy, because I think this is where all this stems. Like, we don't need her. No, you do. You do, and you guys have just shown you don't get it. You don't market your stars right. The NBA does not show, like, NBA players don't hate LeBron James. They don't try to hold LeBron James down. They tested LeBron James, and then you get some fucking goons out there to check and wreck. You know, LeBron James has had some pretty nasty customers that has made sure he stayed safe. You know, when he got to Miami, you had ballers, but you also had Udonis Haslem. You had people who was keeping Bron safe. And you have this in no matter where you go. You got to have people who, whether it's it's Rick Fox or if it's throughout history. You got to have people who keep your stars safe because it's not just good for the team. Like, it's important for the team, and the women need to understand that the ladies need to be a better teammate and a better sister to their sister in Caitlin Clark. They need to pick her up and they need to show the rest of the league that you can't hurt our star like this. We're going to come at you. We're going to be in your neck. And they haven't done that, and the coach seems to not give too much of a shit. She's starting to come out of it a little bit now. And all of this was just kind of accepted over the last few weeks. And then this happened with the Olympics. Snubbing, and I think it's not unfair to call it a snub. It's not. You don't have Caitlin Clark on the roster. And people are justifying. Some people are putting into heavy justification that, this is a WNBA team that has never lost, an Olympic women's Team USA that has never lost a game in competitive play. They've never lost a game. What do you say to that? That's pretty impressive. Very impressive. Okay. All right. But wait a minute. How come I've never heard it? You know what I mean? It immediately becomes that. It immediately becomes that. That's the point. Nobody knows. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. Nobody knows that they're dominant. Or if they do, they don't care. It's because a big reason is because the WNBA doesn't draw. The WNBA doesn't do anything that matters, and it's frustrating to me because all of the rhetoric that I'm seeing online from the women, the men are defending Caitlin Clark, and the women that are on some of these shows, whether it be First Take or Get On Up or any of these, the women that are on these shows that are former basketball players and things like that are like going against the grain here and saying, no, we need to recognize that the rest of the women are responsible for this too. This is insane. Let me drop some more facts on you guys here. The most attended game in this season and one of the most attended games maybe in fucking WNBA history happened the other day. It happened between the Indiana Fever and the Washington Mystics. And maybe the Mystics, the Washington team. The Washington basketball team. The Washington female basketball team. They were combined 3 and forever. They've won 3 games total. The Washington team was an offer. The Indiana team had won 2 games or 3 games. By the end of it, that was like their 3rd win. They drew 20,000 fucking people. Who do you think they were there to see? Wherever Caitlin Clark goes, there is fans waiting for her. There's something magnetic about her. And she takes everything in stride. She says the right things. She seems to be a good fucking person. She doesn't get angry. She seems to take it all well. Let me emphasize my point with this. I talk about Mohegan Sun a lot. I get that. But it's because I love that place because I get amazing benefits just by showing up. As soon as I show up, I don't even have to spend that much money. I just get free concerts. I get free. But you know what's significant about Mohegan Sun? It is the home of the fucking Connecticut team. The Connecticut Sun. We have a great team. We were undefeated until like 2 nights ago. We were undefeated until yesterday. Excuse me. We lost yesterday for the first time. And I get free tickets to every game. Guess who I didn't get free tickets for? A preseason game with the Indiana fucking Fever. They $200. I get free tickets to every other game. So I don't want to hear all of these other women talk about how it's the entire draft class. It's the entire league. No, it's not. And that's okay to admit. It's okay to admit. We're acting like this doesn't happen in the male world all the time. When you have a transcendent star, you try to set them up for success. LeBron James is a great comparable because when LeBron James came into the league in the early 2000s, there was an Olympics in 2004. He was on the roster. And one of the reasons was because he was already great, just like Caitlin Clark, but because Team USA know you cannot not have the most popular draw, the most incredible attraction not on that roster? Why would you not? Even if she doesn't play, you have her on the bench. You sell that jersey and you have her come in for garbage time minutes because they're winning anyway. They're winning these games. It doesn't matter. They're winning. Okay? And it's just crazy to me. And this is the roster. And these are great women. Nefesha Color, Kalia Cooper. Hold on one second, guys. Give me uno momento. You like my little duck down move to take a phone call? That's professionalism right there. Professionalism. Hardly anybody cared about golf before Tiger Woods. The people cared about golf, like Jack Nicholson and all that, but Tiger definitely turned it to another level. And the point, so I've seen a lot of athletes make statements, and I saw this. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Christina. Whatever. Hardly. Robert Griffin III, who was like, I think the number 1 overall pick. He was the first pick of the Washington football team, the Redskins. And he, he didn't have a great career. He had a great rookie season, all this type of stuff. But he got hurt and, just kind of shuttled around the league. I think he might even still be playing as far as I know. I don't know. But this is what he said about Caitlin Clark. And I'm like, I can understand some of what he says, but he loses me in some of this. And I had to the point where I had to respond. Caitlin Clark didn't get selected for the USA Women's Olympic basketball team. Who benefits from her being on the team? The growth of the sport, the broadcast partners, the other women on the team to increase visibility. Who benefits from her being off the team? Caitlin Clark. When he says this, my head almost exploded. Because you got to at least put her in the benefits from being on the team too. Because you're ignoring the fact that she'll be on that team with the greatest women in America. No matter what you think of their talent level, they are the greatest women on the planet. They're the most dominant. Having her around them will raise her game. You want her IQ to be more on that level. You want her to see the world game at an elite level. Not just, it's insane. It's insane. But still, whatever. Let's see where he goes with this. Who benefits from her being off the team? Caitlin Clark. She's the most popular women's basketball player in the world, yet her being selected on the team before guards who are currently better players and earn the opportunity would intensify the already enormous divide around Caitlin Clark within women's basketball fandom and coverage. No, he's wrong on that last the last 3 words, fandom and coverage. No, it would not. The only divide is in the locker room. The women who are playing the game. Most of the fan base and the media are fucking agreed that this is being handled poorly. Almost everybody. There is only former players that just seem to not want to give up whatever they have. Yeah, but don't be shocked at this, because there are women currently, just a couple years ago, who actually had the fucking audacity to say to current NBA players that the women should be making as much as men in the NBA. And that NBA players should be funding the WNBA salaries. And she justifies this by saying they can have a couple less casino nights a year. That made my head explode. And she said this to Draymond Green, of all people, and he gave it to her. Because that's insane. The WNBA has never drawn a dime. They've never been profitable. And the NBA has kept them alive. So to ask for more when you won't do the simple things about marketing is maddening. But let's continue forth. Let's continue forth with what he said. The already enormous divide. The U.S. team will win with or without Caitlin Clark. That's even if fewer people watch it. What a dumbass thing. Like, do you not understand how ratings work? You don't want fewer people. It shouldn't be regardless if fewer people watch it. There's no if. You shouldn't want that. That should not be your goal. If they're going to win either way, why not have Caitlin on the team? Make no sense. They've won 7 straight Olympic gold medals with a 70-3 record at the Olympics. They don't lose. They don't lose. They're great. They're great. This gives Caitlin Clark an opportunity to rest, have an off season, and fully earn her spot on the next team the right way in 4 years. Shut the fuck up. On the basketball court, not the court of public opinion. Motherfucker. She has scored multiple games now in 30 points. This woman can score. She can play. She is the NBA, the reigning and WNBA Rookie of the Month. Don't talk to me that she has not earned. She's the #1 overall pick, the all-time leading scorer in NCAA women's history. Don't fucking say that she hasn't earned the spot. It's called the LeBron James Starter Pack. That's what she earned. That's exactly what she earned. A spot on that roster. Her drawing power intertwined with her ability. Even if you just bench her, put her on the bench and just let her run. Yeah, exactly. Not having her on this team, people are now actively rooting for the team to lose because it's so stupid and pig-headed. But I just couldn't believe she said that he said this. The question we should be asking ourselves is, why won't the masses support the women on the team who are better players? Because they're not. They're not. If they are better, they're not enough better to be marketable. Have earned the opportunity based on merit, and have been dominant for so long. Mutual things can be true here. They don't have a connection. They're not Caitlin Clark. They haven't drawn whatever it is about Caitlin. And you can't say that it's white because there's been other white players that have been in the league with Diana Taurasi, for fuck's sake, which is like the most known player and one of the most highly touted players. This is like her 6th Olympics. It's crazy. Like, what are we fucking talking about here? My head explodes when I hear some of this stupid shit. Because she has earned her spot. She has earned that right. And you can't talk like it doesn't matter if they draw ratings. Nobody cares about women's soccer, but they care about that women's soccer team. And they win. They're less dominant than the women's basketball team. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me that players who have played games that have done organized sports could have these type of opinions. And it starts to make me wonder why. Like, I don't get it. See, better players, like, this is a really good point. Overall stats. This is this year's numbers. Here's the averages. Here's the fucking averages. This is insane to me. Like, Diana Taurasi is shooting better from 3, but Caitlin Clark, this is her first, 10 games at the pro level. And she is on par with Taurasi. An all-time great. Doesn't necessarily have to be on this roster, though. But she's not even the one that should be outed. But just look at the overall better play that you get from her in just all these categories. You just get better. Assists, rebounds, steals, blocks. She's just better. Free thrower, all of it. Yes, Taurasi's shooting better from 3 now, but maybe not currently. Caitlin's starting to warm up and fire up. It just doesn't make any sense, man. Why not sell that jersey? I was going to buy that jersey. I wanted that jersey. I wanted to see Caitlin Clark do her thing, man. It drove me crazy. It drove me oh, shit. I got to give some poofers love. Ooh, I'm lying. We'll talk about that. I'm lying. I'll talk about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'll go back to that in a second. That looks interesting. Hey, there's Poofer. Oh, see, Poof. There you go. $5. And look, he even pays for a spot. I just wrote you. I am going to talk about that. Thank you, Captain Poofers, for the $5 through Super Chat. We'll talk about that story later. But here's a little rip for you. Here's a little rip, potato chip. I honestly wonder if the WNBA and women's basketball is allergic to money. Get the money away from me! I'm getting sick. Ah! Is there some sort of power to that at stake here that I'm not understanding? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But here's Caitlin's reaction. Was WNBA? Shut up, JP. You know what? That's the problem. That's what too many people asking. But you know who Caitlin Clark is. And apparently the WNBA is a money allergic organization that doesn't care what anybody says. But here's the reaction. And this is one of the reasons why I love Caitlin Clark. And yes, this is a tough team to make. I get that. But she's earned the way onto that to just to market the fucking team.
Caitlin, what was your reaction when you saw the USA team yesterday, the roster come out?
Yeah, I think I'm excited for the girls that are on the team. I know it's the most competitive team in the world, and I know it could have gone either way of me being on the team, me not being on the team. So, you know.
That's the thing, too. If it's that close of a decision, you put her on. You put her on. If it's that close, you put her on. If the discussion wasn't close, if her point average production wasn't up there with some of the players who were on the team and all of that, okay. I concede. But it's not. It's not. She's there. And she's getting better. Every game, she's getting better. Craziness.
I'm excited for them.
What up, Toxic Dome? What up, JP? What up, Bears Good Artists? God forbid WNBA players get any hype. They got it. They got to put themselves in business here.
Rooting them on to win gold. I was a kid that grew up watching the Olympics. So, yeah, it'll be fun to watch them.
What was your level of disappointment not hearing your name on the roster?
Honestly, no disappointment. Like, I think it just gives you something to work for. You know.
See, I like that response, man. Thank you for the MushPuff Elite jersey.
One of us.
That MushPuff Elite button, I love it. It's pretty insane, you know. But she handled this so well, and I'm just this is just the reason why people like her. You know, she wasn't watching the finals the other day because she was watching the NBA finals. She wasn't watching it because she was watching her friend compete in the softball World Series or something along those lines. And because she grew up with the girl who was pitching, like she lived a couple streets away from her or something. That's crazy.
That's a dream. You know, hopefully one day I can be there. And
I love that she's taking this as she has something to work for. Love it. Love it. Just get better. But I would love to see her be around these women. And I know that she's been at some training camps with them all and all that, but to travel and get that camaraderie, I think it would have been really good for her as well, for the locker room, to be accepted as one of those Olympians. Like, to have that on her chest early, especially if she were to get into some games or, God forbid, an injury happens and you have somebody of her level to be able to come in and she does something special and shows why she should be on that team. Like, those are the things that's why you have her there. And it would endear her to her teammates. It would allow her to be accepted. All those women go back to their individual teams and talk about who Caitlin Clark is as a person and why she's earned her stripes. Why is any of this fucking bad, man? Like, having her on that team had no downside, and it drives me nuts that it was just that there was so much pushback to this. And I start to wonder, man. I just don't get if there was any, like, if she, like, you hate to think that it's about race, but I can't. She's great by any metric. This woman is great. And I can't understand why they don't want to market this and why they're afraid and scared of it. I don't get it. Is like, I don't want to be like one of these commenters who are like, men don't do this to each other, because we hate. I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, we're pretty supportive, but we hate. And to say that women aren't supportive of each other is not fair either. Yes, women can be some hating ass women. There's no fucking question about that. But there is some sisterhood still left out there, and I don't want to fucking hear that. There's not, because this is a rare case. Look at how the women do, even in hockey. The women's hockey team, the women's fucking soccer team, the way that we market that, the way that we fucking go with it. It's like the soccer team especially. Greatness. We appreciate greatness, yet we can't find a reason to appreciate the WNBA, the women basketball players. But we can appreciate the level of play that Caitlin Clark brings. What's going on, King Freak? King Freak. Josie, she'll prove those doubters wrong sooner rather than later. It would be sooner if they would have her in these type of situations. Much sooner. Much sooner. Let me see if I have any more Caitlin Clark stories before we move on to some of the other things, because good Lord knows I have a metric fuck ton of things to talk about today. Shout out to Pimpin' Pete for this beauty of a thumbnail here yesterday with the 7 days to die. 7 days to die. I'm going to be using this. That's fantastic. We'll turn to from a simple, just funny face request from Fake Ass Twat turned into a great thumbnail. Look at that. It's fantastic. Yeah, true greatness never gets denied. I agree with that. I agree with that. No question. Maybe you think it's gatekeeping. I think that there's some level of it. I don't think there's any question, because what else could the reason be? You know, if it's gatekeeping, it's really, you can gatekeep if you are drawing, if you are successful, if you have something to gatekeep. But the reality is they don't. They don't got shit to gatekeep. It's crazy how little they have to fucking gatekeep. Gatekeep what? What are they gatekeeping? What? Tell me. Show me. Give me something to believe in here. They ain't nothing to gatekeep. It's fucking aggravating. But, you know, it is what it is, as the kids say. I got a lot more to say about Caitlin Clark. We'll talk more about her. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. We also have the live commentary chat open if you want to join in, ask a question, have a comment, concern, hope, dream, quip, quote, like, love, whatever else you might have on Caitlin Clark or anything else. Feel free to call in and tell me a story. But I got a lot more minor stories, fun stuff to get to and through, and we will absolutely do that with you. But first, here's a quick little prank video that it's honestly, it's one of my favorites. I love this. The reactions are amazing. They're just getting penetrated to the fullest. It's kind of like what the WNBA and women's basketball does to Caitlin Clark. They give her a stool that allows for penetration. How they don't see that it's retracting, I don't know, but still, that's great. You can even hear it. So good. They even start to mute that because I think that people think it's probably fake, but still. Let me ask you, would you pay for a beer like this? I'm seeing more and more videos of people complaining about their beer pours. Now, this seems to be a UK thing, but I cannot imagine it'll stay out of America very long. $3.95. Look at that. Look at the head on that.
I went, what's that? $3.95. Right. I'm sorry, but my boyfriend won't pick that.
No, but this is okay.
That's fucking okay.
Yeah.
Where's the flake? It's a fucking ice cream.
Come on, man. That's okay.
Scottish.
No,
Is it fucking ice cream? I don't blame her. I wouldn't pay for that one either. That's a lot of head. That's a lot of head. You got to pour a pint the right way. We talked a little bit about this last week, but the deals keep on coming in. The information on the NBA scoring a $76 billion with a B dollar payday in a new media day is just absolutely incredible. And TNT is out. They're out of the basketball game for now, but there's a whole bunch of talk and stuff going around about what could happen, about inside the NBA staying together, some sort of local package for TNT to keep some games, to have a reason to have inside. I'm not really sure, because ESPN having a good chunk of the games is significant, because they're going to want to keep control of the highlights, to keep people like Inside from having the highlights and access. It's their content. They can license it, but still, you know, it's tough. It's going to be an interesting round of discussions. Pat McAfee, who was also very vocal on the Caitlin Clark situation, we covered that a little bit last week too, was vocal on this and some of the ramifications that come of it. It's just insane. Bro, this deal makes me think some players will eventually get 90 to 100 million per season. Oh, look at baseball. Baseball, so many of these mega deals for individual teams. You think this is sick. Some teams pull $6 to $10 billion marketing deals. It's insane. The Cubs pulled such a big marketing deal that the rest of the Chicago sports team had to create their own this is true, had to create their own sports network just because it was so expensive. It's insane. It's insane. There are Shohei Ohtani is getting paid like $750 million. They just paid Yamamoto $350 million before, or $250 million. It's $800 million. Shohei Ohtani, and then Yamamoto $350 million as a rookie. It's crazy. It's crazy the numbers. Yes, we're gonna see $1 billion players one day, $1 billion contracts. One of my favorite videos I think I've seen in the sports in a while. This is actually pretty cool. Look at this. So this is Jason Hayward of the Dodgers. We were just talking about him. And sometimes this happens. A foul tip off the bat, and it goes straight back, and stick tap to the ump here, too. Look at that. You heard the ooh, and the camera just went dead because that's the last thing the camera saw was this ball.
Right off the ump can in real time. The home plate up.
Yeah, show deferred. Show deferred his money. You got to look into that. It's very interesting. Shohei Ohtani is so fucking rich that he actually deferred a large chunk of the contract that he signed in the offseason with the Dodgers because he doesn't need the money. Shohei Ohtani is so powerful that they had this fall guy set up so quick for these gambling accusations. Let's not get it twisted. Shohei Ohtani was making these bets. Shohei Ohtani was gambling. Shohei Ohtani might have a gambling fucking problem, but he's paying his former handler very, very handsome to go do this bid. And club fed, by the way. You know what I mean? It's crazy how much money this guy makes. So he deferred most of his contract. He don't need it. Yeah, he's deferred. He's deferred. He's only making $2 million to help the Dodgers because that's how the Dodgers were able to sign Yamamoto. But look at the rest of this clip. This is crazy.
Right off the ump can in real time. The home plate umpire Todd Tishner knocked the camera right off.
Wham! Look at that. Clean though.
Jason Hayward's making good money, but his check might be a little light if he broke that camera.
Right off the center of it.
I'll tell you though, if you're gonna take one like that, that's how you want to take it. You want to take it where the mask goes off your head, and that absorption, that all that is just being distributed in this moving way. That's how you want to get hit.
Hopefully the umpire. Okay, Todd Tishner.
Look at that. Took it like a champ.
Off the middle of his forehead, right where the ump can was.
That's awesome. What a great video. What a great video. I love that. I just saw this before I went on the air. Sean Waltman, X-Pac, 1-2-3 kid of wrestling fame. Man shoots one of his children and then goes upstairs and shoots himself while my son Jesse is trying to save the child. Listen to this. This is craziness. This is from Limitless Media. This is the article that's attached. Reports of a late-night shooting leaves 2 injured in Burnsville. Burnsville, Minnesota, late Wednesday night, a shooting was reported at the Berkshire of Burnsville complex that left 2 individuals injured. The reported shooting occurred around 11:45 on June 5th, 2024 in a town home of Echo Park, Cowart. Jesse Waltman, son of X-Pac, the resident of the complex, was one of the first to respond on the scene. Waltman recounted hearing the boy's mother screaming, prompting him to investigate. She said the word baby, so I ran over, Waltman said. The boy was in the doorway laying down unresponsive. Waltman immediately called 911 and attempted to assess the boy's vital signs and provide aid, but due to the extent of the injuries, he was limited in what he could do. Another neighbor confirmed hearing a woman frantically screaming around the same time. When the police arrived, they knew the two were likely related. Witnesses reported the incident probably stemmed from a fight during which the boy was shot. Another person was injured during the incident. These injuries were reported to be serious, but we've yet to confirm the people with law enforcement. Waltman, upon seeing the police lights, reportedly ran to the main road to guide them to the right townhouse and did the same for the arriving medics. The boy reportedly suffered a serious gunshot wound to the head and was rushed to a local hospital. We are still working to confirm these details, but his condition was reported to be critical. We have contacted the Burnsville Police Department for more information, but have not yet received an official statement regarding the details of the incident or the identities of those involved. We understand the authorities. Yeah, I was trying to do some media reading there. You like that? It's my little audition tape. But that's crazy. That's crazy. X-Pac, son, doing heroic shit there. That's good stuff. Hey, you guys a fan of Wheel of Fortune? I didn't even realize Pat Sajak was leaving, but listen to this.
Well, the time has come to say goodbye. I have a few thanks and acknowledgments before I go, and I want to start with all of you watching out there. It's been an incredible privilege to be invited into millions of homes, night after night, year after year, decade after decade. And I've always felt that the privilege came with a responsibility to keep this daily half hour a safe place for family fun. No social issues, no politics, nothing embarrassing, I hope.
Oh, plenty
Just a
embarrassing.
game. But gradually it became more than that. A place where kids learned their letters, where people from other countries honed their English skills, where families came together along with friends and neighbors and entire generations. What an honor to have played even a small part in all that. Thank you for allowing me into your lives.
That's awesome.
Well, the time is...
That's such a great response from Pat Sajak. True gentleman of the game. Been around for 43 years. Look at that. Look at that. Pat Sajak and Vanna White. 43 years. Just, you did your job, buddy. You did your job. Speaking of doing jobs, wrestling. A little bit of wrestling news. Ricochet. It seems to be, excuse me, he is leaving. Leaving the WWE. He is not going to be getting his contract renewed. He seems to be wanting to go to greener pastures. The reality is, at this stage of his career, at his age, if he wants to go be a star somewhere, like a big star, like in a smaller pond, this is his time to do it. He probably thinks that it's time to bet on himself a little bit. And maybe he's right. I don't think he's going to do much better elsewhere. He might have a couple more high-profile matches. Obviously, he's going to get Will Ospreay very, very soon. I get all that. But, you know, I don't think losing him is a big deal. It would be a bigger deal if they lost Samantha, who is his girlfriend. That's all the things that his best work from WWE right there. He had a decent run. I think he's done well for his limited mic skills and lack of like charisma overall. But he's such an electric athlete and such a great in-ring performer. He will be missed in that regard. He will be missed in that regard. So look, I don't need to tell you, hockey's different. Hockey's different. It's a different sport. They just handle stuff. This is just one of the many reasons why I love hockey.
Don't do that, okay? You're getting too cross-checked. He gave you...
So the guy cross-checked him, and the ref's like, "Come on, you can't do that. You gave him 2 cross-checks, so he's gonna give you a shot."
Sure, give him 1 back. 1 back. Yeah, not 2. Give him a good... I can give 1 back now? Now we're even. Okay. Don't do that.
He just evened it up. He just said we're even. That's it. Give him 1 back. Give him a little cross check. Get it out of your system, boys. And that was what a great move, because it diffused the situation. I want the Oilers to win too, but I don't know. They got Bobrovsky is dangerous, deadly. Hey, here's a mom shitting on people.
Marissa,
she's holding a baby.
Playing COD. Marissa, I'm playing COD. You just got shitted on. For real. Just uninstall.
Just uninstall while casually holding her baby. Great wrist control. What's up, Adoni's Moves? Good to see you. Gamer moms are built different. She's definitely built different. Just uninstall. Seriously. Oh, God, I love these stories. These are some of my favorites. Look at her. She's so happy. This is Laura Garcia Cairo. She is so happy. Cairo, she is just thrilled. Look how happy she is. She's about to win this race. She's wearing a flag cape. She's doing her thing. She's about to win a hard marathon. But keep your eye on the woman in blue. Look, she's pumping. She's so excited. Look at this. She doesn't see her. She's not even paying attention. She's meters away, but she's not paying attention. But she's going to see. She's going to see. Yo! It was over. It was over. Thrill of victory in that last one. Agony of defeat. Look at that. Look at all that sass. Unbelievable. Listen, once you lose your stride as a power walker, a speed walker, it's over. You're not getting your stride back. True story. I was once hurt, and I had to take a PT test in the military. I was hurt for a while. I had some problems with my groin. I had to do a walking PT test, right? I had to do the run. I had to do the walk instead of the run. That motherfucker's no joke. That was harder than the run. Harder than the run. You got a speed walk, man. Oh my God, I have a good Will Smith story for you. Can you believe this? I actually have something good in the world of Will Smith to show you. Look at this shit.
We're in Baldwin Hills. We're about to go in the theater. It's a ritual I have.
For one, Will Smith's a vampire. He doesn't age, and this is bothering me. He drinks children's blood.
Do it like when I have a movie come out on Friday, Saturday, and usually a matinee on Sunday. I go into theaters.
Damn, let that motherfucker cook this shit.
I mean, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. And he could even let it go if he wanted to, but it gets cooler.
Hey, I'm glad y'all enjoyed that. That was a good program.
Will Smith ain't made me smile like this in a while. I'm very glad to see him happy. I'm glad to see him promoting a movie, even though it's Bad Boys, and I hate Bad Boys, and I hate Martin Lawrence, but still, that's okay. I'm glad to see him out there, and the fans still love him. I'm glad to see people in the seats for Bad Boys. I think that's great that especially in this day and age, with the cost of movies and all the back and forth over streaming and movies and all that. I'm glad that people are still going out to support him. And I'm glad that he gives back like that and made people's experience something special. That's what going to the theater is all about, because you just never know. They're just watching a movie sometimes too. I just think that is so cool. So that made me happy. Speaking of making me happy, Jamal Williams is an NFL player, and he's also a fan of Pokemon. And sometimes you just have to celebrate your inner nerddom. And that's what's happened here.
What has brought you here today, Jamal?
I just like anime and I love Pokemon and I like being here. And I'm here to support my Eevee. He loves
Look at his shirt. I didn't even realize how dope his fucking shirt is. The rest of his shit is awesome. But look at his shirt. Look at that. I want that shirt. Look at that Pokeball shirt. I fucking want it. That is hard. That is hard. Oh, that is so hard.
Pokemon, and I like being here. And I'm here to support my Eevee. He loves Groudon and Charizard. He's a weenie.
I love him. I love him. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Wait.
First swag Kazakage, leader of the hidden village of the dead. First swag Kazakage, leader of the hidden village of the dead.
Stop it. Stop it. Oh, I love you, Jamal Williams. Oh, my God. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, look, I like to be an entertainer, but also provide you guys life hacks and things that can help you. I'm going to try this myself. This is a great video because I honestly almost was this guy who watched this. You guys watch this. This is awesome.
Show me the life hack that you randomly saw one day that is now an unconscious standard practice.
So I had to figure out what the hell that was. It's the white shit. It's that white fucking veiny muscle cartilage bullshit in chicken. This guy's like, I need to see what's up. It's going to change everyone's life. I'm going to do that next time I have chicken breast. That's awesome. Ridiculous. Right through. Like it's nothing. I never knew that. That is killer. Killer. Get all that skin and shit. Killer. This is just a video I wasn't expecting. This kind of took me places. This is like, I don't expect these conversations to happen. For some reason, I don't know if this was a skit. I don't know, but this is definitely a wild ass video. That might, I don't know. You guys tell me what you make of this one.
Yeah, we're gonna say where the ice cream at?
Ice cream, oh my brother.
Here, hold that for me.
Yeah, why your titties so big?
Huh?
Why your titties so big?
What you mean?
Bro, hell no. Oh my God. What the fuck?
When you get a chance.
Did you get a breast implant?
Nah.
Why they bouncing like that?
I just want to hold on. Remember I talked about being spontaneous and trying new stuff every day?
Bro, I can't stop looking at your big ass titties. What the fuck?
Didn't I tell y'all about trying something new? I'm being spontaneous right now.
Weird. That thing had a flat
Why y'all sitting over here looking at my chest, bro?
Bro, cause them bitches big.
Like y'all never seen a girl before.
Huh?
Like y'all never seen a girl before.
Can you make them bounce?
Twin, why you want to see my titties bounce, bro?
Can you make them bounce?
I sit like that.
What the fuck? Can you make them bounce? Bro, lost it. They go hook up at some point. Why your titties so big? Oh, I found a long lost clip of my buddy Gun Cannon. Gun Cannon is a big buddy of mine that I love. He's awesome. He's a great guy. And he's also a knight. And I think I found a long lost clip of him. Yep. That wasn't actually Gun Cannon, but it's the spirit Gun Cannon, I believe. So we talked a little bit earlier about the NHL Stanley Cup and all that, the finals. We got that going on, and as much as I want the Oilers and Connor McDavid to win, they got a problem. And his name is Sergei Bobrovsky. Just look at this. Open. There's the puck. Here's the puck. Here's the net. Look at this. Watch what's about to happen. This is the puck. He's a wall. These are all-stars taking these shots. These are some of the best players in the world taking these shots. Unbelievable. You know one thing I like in wrestling, though, guys? Long-term stories. And here's proof that sometimes being yourself will always shine through. You guys know LA Knight, right? Here's a 2014 WWE workout video with Triple H.
Ready to go?
There's LA Knight. Look at him. There's LA Knight.
Good, everybody. Said, are we ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do this. Stay up into a full sit-up as you come up. Excellent. All right, guys, are we ready? Yeah. All right. Here we go. First set is going to be 8 reps.
Yeah, you can just hear it. You can hear it right there. You can hear the beginnings. Yeah. So it's good to know that that's not fake. That's just him. Yeah. Been doing that shit. I love when American games go across the pond. I love when we share our culture, especially in sports. I think it's great. Because sometimes you get amazing things. You get something you didn't know you needed. And Darren Fletcher of TNT Sports, he's a British MLB broadcaster, absolutely brought something different to the game of baseball. And you just tell me, listen to how amazing this sounds. Like, it's not that there's not amazing MLB broadcasters, because there are. I love American MLB broadcasters. Some great coverage. But this is just, I don't know. You tell me.
With the pressure on his shoulders, and Castellanos' bat explodes, and they're going to get the runner at home. They're going to get the double play to win the game. What an end! The shattered bat. out at home plate, and the ball fired into the glove of the first baseman, Pete Alonso, and the New York Mets somehow withstand the Phillies rally, and they win Game 2 in London 6-5, 17 hits. What drama, what a game, what a finish.
Such an improbable finish. That swing by Castellanos was what we call a swinging
Then we got to hear the American try to say the exact same thing.
bunt. His bat explodes. The ball's just right out in front. They're able to get the runner at home and then get the double play. It's not a common traditional way to get it done, but for a team that's struggled late in the game, they'll take it.
Josh, if this ball travels a meter or two, everybody's probably safe. It's probably game over.
Yeah, this
it's
was
remarkable.
A game of inches right there.
What an astonishing...
The Brit even paused because the Brit uses meters and then the asshole American immediately uses inches. If that goes a meter, that's right. It's a game of inches. It's so fucking funny. If you can't see the comedy in that, that's hilarious.
End to the game. The Mets can't believe it. Nick Castellanos with a look of disbelief on his face. And after a roller coaster 9 innings here in London, we end all square. The Phillies win yesterday. The Mets win in such dramatic circumstances with that big rally at the top of the 9th today. And somehow, despite the bullpen issues, despite the fact the Phillies have got the bases loaded, they get the double play to win it. And they beat the Phillies by 6-5. It's been a fantastic weekend, Josh.
Such a pleasure, Flash.
He went back to the wickets there for a moment. I love that. Amazing. Amazing. I love that. Hey, a little love to Ricky Berwick. And I'm gonna talk about the Jake Paul Tyson thing. Poofers, don't worry, I will not forget about you. Ricky Berwick, old friend of the internet. We love Ricky Berwick. I have been pleased to know Ricky for like a decade. I don't really talk to him anymore. We don't talk or anything. And we never really talked too much. But there was a time where I could go into his DMs and say hi and he'd respond and stuff. That was really cool. I always wanted to get Ricky on. I knew Ricky when he was kind of not wanting to be in the spotlight. And I talked to him a little bit. And Tommy really is the one who knew him and kind of introduced me to him. So I was always appreciative of that because I love Ricky Berwick and I love that he continues to just do stuff. And I love that his growth has happened and he's been able to live an amazing life because I don't think that anybody should not do things because of their disabilities or because of the hands that they were given. And it's just awesome to see because I was limited so much and not in the way that he is by any regard, but I can understand. I got a taste and I understood the limitations of life and having content be a way to kind of give some of that back to you is amazing. And Ricky has now just been traveling all over the place and he does collaborations with everybody and he talks to people and he does these amazing skits with people and it's just incredible. And he met up with another meme, even though I hate the Lois lady. I love real life Peter Griffin, but I hate real life Lois. It's great to see this stuff.
He's a family guy! All right, now get off. I want to get on here. Come on. Scoot. There you go. All right, I'm stealing this thing. Hey, Lois, get on. We right at dawn.
Tally ho, Peter. Let's go. The horses are here. Peter. Whee!
Breaking his neck.
The horses. The horses are here, Peter. The horses are here.
How am I going to get home?
All right. Whee! All right, Peter.
We're backing up.
Oh. Backing up.
Real life Peter Griffin is absolutely hysterical. He's ridiculous. So funny. And then I'm going to leave you on this. We're going to talk about the Captain Poofer story in just a moment, but the last story I got is Anthony Bourdain describing Waffle House. It really is just a form of articulation I was not expecting. And sometimes you need to hear it, especially with Anthony's tragic end.
It is indeed marvelous. An irony-free zone where everything is beautiful,
and nothing hurts. Where everybody, regardless of race, creed, color, or degree of inebriation, is welcomed. Its warm yellow glow, a beacon of hope and salvation, inviting the hungry, the lost, the seriously hammered, all across the South to come inside. A place of safety and nourishment. It never closes. It is always, always faithful, always there for you.
So amazing. See you later, Jesse. Enjoy the finals. Have a good one. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have. But that's such a good description. I haven't had Waffle House in so long, and now that I can drive, I kind of want to drive to Waffle House and go have Waffle House. That would be amazing. I'm at the house. All right, poofers, what do you have here? Here's a little update on the Jake Paul buying out creator clash. This is from poofers.
Jake Paul's handler, I don't know what to call him.
I guess it came off of another show.
Manager, I guess. Nikisa, what really liked what we did and really liked Mike and wanted to bring...
let me explain the Jake Paul thing, right? Admittedly, that's my bad, okay? What happened is they did a podcast where they said they'd had an offer made. They said they had an offer made on Creator Clash. And I know the person who made that offer was a guy who works with Jake Paul, okay? I know that the guy who made that offer is a guy who works with Jake Paul. And then Greg Paul was involved in the event. Or he was supposed to be. And he got kicked because iDubbbz didn't want to work with. That's very true. Anyway, I know for a fucking fact he'd made an offer on the company.
Big Bungie. Thank you, poofers.
Which was their goal. They wanted to sell off Creator Clash. And make... That was how they were going to make their bag. Their whole idea was that they were going to run an event and break even for like 5 years and then sell it off for like millions of dollars, and that was going to be their like retirement.
Sell the name
fund. You should do porn, maybe. I won't. I don't even know why I said maybe. That was going to be their retirement fund, and so when iDubbbz makes the video when he says someone's trying to take Creator Clash, I just assumed that it was the same person, that it was the same person that made the offer and he was over-exaggerating, because this guy over-exaggerates everything. But as it turns out, he was just fucking lying when he said that. He was just lying when he said that. He made it fucking up, so, I mean, that's hardly my fault if he just made shit up, you know?
him on for Jake Paul's box.
But yeah, I admit.
Well, there you go.
I was wrong.
So now we got the latest update on that. Seems to be just a made-up situation. So, fun times there. If you want a fun game at home, try to see how many members of the Team USA women's roster you can name. Brittany Griner is on the team. You do got a couple of first-timers in Kelsey Plum, Alyssa Thomas. You do got a few. Kalea Cooper, you got a few. So, any of them, I would say, probably. But whatever. I don't have much else. I'm going to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my evening. I don't think I'm done. We did a small Twitch stream earlier. I'm thinking about turning on NXT Battleground. I want to watch the women's event, so I might watch that. NBA Finals is on. Expect me to come back in some way, shape, or form. Some sort of a game stream, I'm thinking. Might be thinking. I'll be thinking, but I don't be drinking. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my evening. Tomorrow, I don't really know what I'm doing yet. I got to go into work for a few minutes. I want to drop off some shmoneys and all that. I really had a cool weekend so far. It was a different weekend. I got to kind of live out some dreams. I'm going to be taking the card stuff even further, I think. I got a good idea to where I might start doing some card openings and reviews and just kind of stay in the Cartman persona. I'm thinking about doing that. There's a bunch of other stuff too. So I don't know. Continue to support. I put out a great Ollie video on my TikTok today. One of my better ones. I'm also going to throw one up on the X as well. I'm going to exit. I'll throw that X up there. Thank you, Poofers, for the video. I appreciate the story updates. Feel free to throw anything my way. I do appreciate it. Some extra stuff. Nice, long, girthy show tonight. Well over an hour. Not too bad. Not too bad indeed. I appreciate you guys hitting the like button and all that good stuff. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are awesome. We got one more rip. We're not done yet. No, sirree. We got one more rip. One more rip. And if there is any callers, now is the time. Last chance for romance and all that good stuff. Get in the waiting call prior to the call. You guys know what to do. Get into that Discord. I don't really have much more to yammer about. I've done said all I can say. I don't have anything else. Go watch some NXT. Go watch the NBA Finals. Go watch all kinds of things. Wow. The Las Vegas Police Protective Association just endorsed Donald Trump for president. That's a new trending thing on the X. Trump news. Leaving London, Mets, a bunch of other stuff. Not too many other things that are too interesting there. So, all right. New Doom got announced. Yeah, there's a lot of Xbox news, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to build some more stuff. Expect the reconcilable differences tomorrow night. That is the plan, I do believe, but that's subject to change. We'll see what we end up doing there, but it should be reconcilable tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Also, go and support the Rude Customers podcast. We got all kinds of... We actually just had a small... short blow up a little bit. Our demon tattoo neck lady, she gave us a little bit of fruit there with a nice 4,000 view short, which is nice. So go support their Rude Customers podcast, official Rude Customers podcast. Go type it in. You'll find us everywhere. Look for my face eating an apple out of Blossom's hand. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I greatly appreciate your Real Talk. Take us home to the morning light. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have those talented friends. Stick around to the end. Grab your pieces. We're going to rip a big one. Let's go.
Elijah Wan, but I guess that's what I need in life, cause I don't get no sleep at night, so I'ma just keep grinding till my people see the morning light. Feel like I'm Alexander's prodigy. Fuck your death threats, them niggas always talking honorary. The Pentagon the same, they trying to mold us in the pottery. But even if I die, my lyrics still a living history. You mean they treat us like we pawns and we listen cause we scared they ain't gon' beef with Genghis Khan? I'm higher than a dinosaur, she Oreo like Baltimore. I taught them what I know, that make me feel like I was Gryffindor. Get your game right, she hot, I call her sunlight. With lips like she's Brad's wife, I ask her cost a crash site. But that's the way it is, I guess I play protagonist. This shit will never change, I'ma go out with her. This may be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government for scheming. This must be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government been scheming. Here we go. I roll up, they say the city lights is feeling me. My girl, she super real, she think that ain't nobody cool as me. Flyin' in Pacifics, I'll be ripping till I'm gone. I sit back and blaze away like I'm Akeem Elijah Wan. Yeah, da-da-da. Yeah, da-da-da. Hip-hop, I'm real talk. Hip-hop, I'm real talk. Da-da-da. Good luck, Jay Philly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new world.
You know we dig each and every single day. Get your pieces out. Thank you guys for hanging out. Expect something else. I'm going to do another stream, a show, something. Might cover some NXT, might do some more gaming, might play some 7 days again, might do, I don't know. I'm looking at options. So thank you guys for hanging. See you tomorrow. Keep it copious. Go buy some cards from me. Buy cards from me. Good night. Oh, yes.